Hey, sports fans, I'm back and ready to talk sports. You're hanging out with the Sports Judge. Welcome. Are we ready to call the Detroit Lions the best team in all of football? How much more of this do we need to see to feel better about the Detroit Lions? If you watch the Lions every week and see them play the way they have, despite having to escape Houston with a nail-biting victory last week, that should tell you who they are. It doesn't necessarily surprise me to see them destroy teams they are supposed to beat and have big wins against teams with winning records. There was nothing at all I can say that was pretty about that win last Sunday night against the Houston Texans on the road. Who cares that Jared Goff had a bad game where he throws 5 picks? Okay, so what? Move on. It shows up on the stat sheet, and the 5 picks looked every bit as bad, and you're going, how do you still win the game? Nothing about what he did in that game changes the fact that he's been almost perfect this season. They're one of the most well-rounded teams. I think people are forgetting that this is not the same Detroit team which had been laughed at and disrespected for the last 40 years. It used to be loss after loss every year. Now it's win after win. I'm telling you, after watching the Lions destroy the Jaguars, they're the scariest team. They're 9-1 and competing with their own expectations. This football team is a real contender. There's so many positive things to say about this football team, from the coaching staff to the players. This is one of the best ways to start the week. Things have gone so well for the Detroit Lions. Bullies. That's what the Lions are. The Lions, man, I think they've just been the most complete team. I see why people say that, because they've been able to run the ball so well. And of course, the offense is the trick plays, the way Ben Johnson has pulled tricks out of his bag. They've been an exciting team. And now, here you go, the NFL world basically favoring the Lions. On the offensive side, they beat on you. And they ask, can you stay with us for 64 minutes? You need to know how to claw, scratch, and bite when you're facing this Lions team. I just look at it. They're built like no other team in the NFL right now. The Lions have built a team, and they have put the rest of the league on notice. That's the talking point right now. And when you watch this Lions team, you're looking at a squad that likes to scrap. I embrace Dan Campbell's gritty, tough culture. Now, there's been times that his aggressive approach hasn't always worked. It hasn't always worked out. There were moments in which so many people have been so critical of his aggressiveness that has cost the Lions, particularly if you go back to last year's NFC Championship game. The thing that gets him in trouble is when he gets overly aggressive, which can be interpreted as reckless. I don't know if you feel this way, but there's a lot to be excited about in Detroit. Last year's team wasn't a fluke. They're still good. They have the ability to be one of the best offenses in the NFL. I feel like there's been a lot of chatter on their side. I don't see any team that could beat them. I mean, the Eagles might have something to say about that. They would like a word with the Detroit Lions. The only team I think in the entire NFC that can beat the Lions in the playoffs is Philly. That would be the Eagles. That can be debated. I think the Eagles, pound for pound, match up extremely well with the Lions. And while the Lions have been getting all their flowers, Philly won't back down. They're bullies like the Lions and can and will punch back. When you sit back and watch these two teams, it looks pretty easy what's happening. Both of them are unstoppable. Neither team is effing around. Seriously, how do you attempt to stop this locomotive of a football team? Jared Goff for the Lions, of course, is recognized as Detroit's offensive pivot, but it's the run game that takes a load off Goff's shoulders. And every week, forget about the Houston game. Toss that one out. Forget about that game. Every week, this Lions team has demonstrated the balance to beat up its opponent. It was that sort of afternoon on Sunday against the Jaguars. And who are we kidding? Jacksonville is not that great of a team. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL. But again, the Lions have shown us countless times this season that they can beat up on good teams, below average teams, and really, really bad teams. The catalog of offensive weapons on this team have been the driving force behind this team's growth and improvement. This is who they are. It's not like old times when they used to get punked, bruised, beat up, and destroyed, and laughed at, and mocked. It's not like old times. You go back some years, teams used to bully them. Teams used to brutally destroy and embarrass them. They have every right to go ballistic every game. We're talking about a franchise that was a laughingstock for decades. They went 0-16 one season, winless. The brand new Lions are scary. They're roaring, stepping on everybody's throat, bullying people, attacking their prey, and they've been on the hunt. And I believe that this could be the year that they get to the Super Bowl. That would be historic. They've never been to the Super Bowl. I'm convinced this could happen with the playmakers they have, their creativity, the grittiness, the aggressive approach, the coaching staff, the staying power. They're not playing around, folks. They mean serious business. The offense, which has been very fun and exciting to watch, puts on a clinic, really showing that they're the reason this team is a favorite to win it all. And as we continue to watch and be amazed, the Lions offense has clicked on all cylinders during games this season. Far too many people are taking the Lions over the Eagles, and understandably so. I think I'm taking Jared Goff. I can't ignore what he's done all year with all these weapons around him. If Jared Goff has time, he can dismantle any defense. If they play mistake-free football, no defensive penalties to extend drives, if Goff takes care of the football, no fumbles or picks, and the offensive line protects, they can beat anybody. Now, I will say this about Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. Hear me out. I apologize for the noise in the background. There's construction going on nearby. But hear me out here. I think he can do more, Jalen Hurts. What makes Jared Goff good is they have a good running game. And they're able to run play action off the run, and then he can get the ball to his weapons. And that's what we've seen from them this year. Once they've established the running game, Goff can get the ball to his weapons, and you can score efficiently and control the time of possession. There's a lot of good going on for him in this world. You know, back in the MVP conversation, although I feel like he never left the conversation, you look at the history of the MVP, it's always been the quarterback on the best team. Historically, I think the last 10 years or so, every single year, it's been the quarterback on the best team. You can go back to last year, Lamar Jackson won the MVP, and that was an MVP level performance from Jared Goff on Sunday. They have all of the pieces for a successful run game. Their run game is so strong, it opens up their entire offense. Receivers are willing and able to block a physically dominant O-line, smart quarterback, creative offensive coordinator who will be trying out for a head coaching job somewhere, and tight ends who block well. Their offense is so explosive and efficient. That's a championship caliber team. The Lions are for real. In their shell-lacking of the Jaguars, in their 52-6 thrashing of Jacksonville, the Lions became the first team since the 2014 Rams to score 7+ touchdowns and allow 0 touchdowns in the game. I'm drinking the blue Kool-Aid, but I'm not overlooking the team in Philly. I said before, I think this Lions team might make a lot of noise, but I'm still not overlooking what Philly can do. But this Lions team, they can beat you in a variety of ways, and I think that's a scary team that you don't want to face. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the love and support. Again, I apologize for all the background noise. There's construction going on 2 doors down from me. I'm in my backyard making this video for you guys. But we'll talk again very soon, guys. I got to get on with the rest of my day. Thanks for watching the video as always. I really appreciate the love and support, and help me get to 1,300 subscribers. I'm 4 subscribers shy of reaching that goal. So help me out. Help me reach that milestone. And if you guys are watching this on TikTok, do me a huge favor and follow back. Talk to you guys very soon. You guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Have a wonderful day.